Once, a furious storm swept through a village, forcing people to seek safety from its relentless fury. The disciples of Buddha gathered near him, trembling and worried about the chaos unleashed by nature. "Master," one disciple said, his voice quivering, "how can we stay calm in such terrifying moments of turmoil?" Buddha looked at the storm but remained seated calmly under the shelter of a strong, ancient tree. "The storm outside mirrors the storms within our hearts," Buddha said, his voice steady like a peaceful river. "Tell me, what do you see in the pond when disturbed by fierce winds?" Buddha asked softly. The disciples glanced at a nearby pond, its surface broken by ripples created by the rushing storm. "It's chaotic, disturbed, reflecting nothing clearly," a young disciple replied, concern written across his weary face. Buddha's serene gaze rested on the water, as his voice deepened with wisdom. "When the storm stops, what happens? The ripples fade, and the pond becomes calm," another disciple replied, searching for the meaning in Buddha's question. "When the storm ceases, the pond regains clarity, reflecting the true image of the sky," Buddha explained thoughtfully. "Our minds are like this pond. In turbulence, we lose sight of truth and our inner stillness," Buddha continued. "But the pond does not fight the storm. It accepts the ripples as temporary," Buddha added with grace. "The secret to remaining calm lies not in resisting the storm but allowing it to pass without attachment," Buddha said. The disciples listened intently, the wisdom of their master beginning to resonate deeply within their hearts. "Let your breath anchor you, steady like the roots of this great tree sheltering us," Buddha advised. He invited them to close their eyes and focus on their breath, free from control, embracing its natural rhythm. As you observe the breath, you will find the stillness that remains. Untouched by the winds of chaos, Buddha guided. The disciples meditated, their fear slowly subsiding, replaced by a growing tranquility they had never experienced before. The storm began to fade, and the silence that followed deepened the lesson they had just learned. Buddha smiled gently. "Calmness is not the absence of storms, but the presence of acceptance and inner steadiness." The disciples opened their eyes. Their expressions softened, reflecting the peace awakened within their hearts. The lesson, simple yet profound, planted seeds of wisdom that would grow with their practice and devotion. The ancient tree swayed no longer, standing tall and strong, a silent witness to the transformed disciples. Another day, another journey brought Buddha and his disciples to a bustling village surrounded by golden fields of ripening crops. As they walked, an angry farmer approached Buddha, shouting furiously and accusing him of leading others astray with false wisdom. "You deceive the youth, ruining their hard-earned respect for tradition," the farmer yelled, his face flushed with anger and frustration. Buddha stood silently, his serene expression unchanging, as his disciples watched the confrontation with growing concern and curiosity. When the farmer paused, Buddha asked, "If a man offers you a gift and you refuse to accept, who keeps it?" The farmer hesitated, confused by this unexpected question. Before stammering, "It remains with the giver, since it was not taken." Buddha nodded gently, his voice steady. "In the same way, I do not accept the anger or insults you offer me today. Therefore, they remain yours, their weight carried by you, unless you choose to let them go," Buddha explained with kindness. The farmer, stunned by Buddha's calm reply, found his anger dissolving as though exposed to the gentle warmth of sunlight. Buddha continued, "Anger, when held, burns the heart of its bearer more than those it is directed towards. The wise man lets go of burdens that serve no purpose, freeing his soul from unnecessary suffering," Buddha said softly. The disciples, observing this exchange, felt awe and admiration for their master's unshaken tranquility in the face of hostility. Later, Buddha turned to his disciples and said, "The mind of one practicing calmness resembles the earth beneath our feet. The earth accepts all that is poured upon it, seeds, water, or fire, but remains unaffected in its essence." Buddha shared, "To truly master calmness, you must neither hold anger nor let insults disturb the peace within your hearts," Buddha advised. The disciples considered this deeply, recognizing their own struggles to remain calm when faced with criticism or challenging emotions. As the earth nourishes life without retaliation, so should your heart nurture wisdom without resentment, Buddha said, his words soothing. The farmer, now humbled by Buddha's wisdom, bowed and asked to learn how to calm his troubled and angry mind. Buddha smiled and said, "Begin with mindfulness of breath, for it is the bridge connecting your outer chaos to inner peace." The farmer listened with newfound respect, eager to practice and embrace this path toward clarity and calmness. As you breathe, allow your thoughts to flow like a river, moving yet never obstructing the stillness beneath, Buddha instructed. The farmer's face softened, and his sincerity to learn reflected his desire to lighten the burden he carried for so long. Disciples began to notice how Buddha's calm nature transformed moments of conflict into opportunities for healing and understanding. They realized that calmness could bring harmony not just to themselves but also to those who seek peace in anger's shadow. Buddha spoke again. The art of remaining calm is a continuous practice, rooted in compassion for yourself and those who suffer. As the farmer departed, his heart lighter than before, Buddha and his disciples resumed their journey under the radiant blue sky. Through this encounter, the disciples learned that true calmness arises not from escape but from meeting life's storms with steady compassion. Another day, another golden sunset bathed the horizon as Buddha and his disciples gathered near a tranquil forest clearing. A disciple approached Buddha, his face lined with worry, and said, "Master, how do we face inner storms of turmoil?" Buddha picked up a small pebble, his movements deliberate and calm, and turned toward a quiet, deep well nearby. He tossed the pebble into the well, the faint sound of water rippling reaching the ears of the listening disciples. "Listen closely," Buddha said. The pebble falls, creating ripples on the surface, but the well's depths remain untouched. The disciples listened intently, watching the ripples on the water gradually subside, leaving the surface calm once again. "Our minds are like this well," Buddha explained. "The surface may ripple, but the inner depths remain undisturbed and still." "But, Master," the disciple asked, "how do we reach those depths when troubled thoughts keep disturbing the surface?" Buddha smiled gently and replied, "Through mindfulness. Practice seeing your thoughts without judgment, like observing ripples without chasing them. Begin with your breath," Buddha advised, "for it is the bridge connecting surface turbulence to the calm depths within." The disciples sat beneath the towering trees, their eyes closing as they focused on the natural rhythm of their breaths. Each breath is a moment to let go, to release attachment to the thoughts that disrupt the surface. Buddha said, "Do not suppress thoughts, nor cling to them." Buddha continued, "Allow them to pass, like clouds drifting across the sky." The forest grew quieter as the disciples practiced, the rustling leaves harmonizing with their steady, gentle breaths. One disciple opened his eyes and asked, "Master, what of the inner turmoil caused by regrets and past sorrows?" Buddha reached out and cupped a handful of earth, allowing it to slowly fall back to the ground. "Regrets and sorrows are like this earth," Buddha said. "When held tightly, they weigh heavy, but when released, they return peacefully. The well within you remains clear when you let go of burdens from the past," Buddha added thoughtfully. The disciple nodded, understanding now how clinging to the past prevented him from experiencing the calm of the present. Another disciple asked, "Master, how can we prevent future fears from disturbing the stillness of our minds?" Buddha gestured to the tall trees around them, their leaves swaying gently in the breeze but their roots deep and firm. "Like these trees, anchor yourselves in the present," Buddha advised. "Deep roots in the now protect you from future uncertainties. Fears of the future are but shadows of imagined storms," Buddha said. "Face them with clarity, grounded in what is real." He gestured to the disciples, his movements deliberate and graceful. "Come, let us walk. Within each of you lies a jewel, untouched by the world's storms. A calmness waiting to be uncovered," Buddha said. The setting sun painted the forest in shades of gold, and the disciples felt their hearts glow with newfound understanding. Buddha's voice softened as he said, "Remember, the art of remaining calm is a practice of mindfulness, patience, and self-compassion." The disciples carried these teachings in their hearts, resolved to seek the jewel within their minds through steadfast practice. As the evening deepened, the lessons of the day became etched in the disciples' souls, guiding them toward lasting tranquility. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.